Welcome to the Magic Our Way podcast. I'm Kevin Smith, and now get ready for all the Disney there is. Turn up your mouse ears, kids. It's Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff. And this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for this episode. Lee presents some facts and fun about Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood Studios. And look, this isn't your typical polished practice pixie dust and Disney podcast. No, sir. We are not in the parks every day trying to tell you to make sure you check again at 7:10 a.m. in the morning for more lightning lane options.
That's right, Kevin. We're here to drink, talk Disney, and provide you a little magic our way.
So strap up and enjoy the ride. Thank you very much.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
Lee.
Plus, we have a special guest. Special guest, who are you?
I can't think of anything snappy and witty, so I'll just say, hi, it's Kirk, straight from Cajun Country. How you doing?
See, you could have just said that and it would have been fine. But you prefaced it with all that other stuff.
Can I ask you a question?
Preference.
I'm looking at you right now. I just have one question for you. Is it true that it's not easy being green?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not.
It's not easy being
Feel it from all over the
green.
place.
It is not.
This is green? I thought it was yellow.
It's not easy.
I don't
with my
know. It looks
spleen.
like highlighter color almost.
Yeah, you're quite bright. So if you
Yeah.
guys are watching this on the video,
Oh, thank you.
You know what what Kirk looks like. Look at him. In fact, I should
But
solo
no,
him.
don't unbutton it. Don't unbutton it. Stop.
Basket.
Oh my
You're
God.
showing these people.
Basket
Man,
that
It's
glory.
a fishing shirt. It's unbuttoned.
Look at those nips.
Just a joke.
I know it's one of those
Impressive.
old school Ocean Pacific shirts. Remember those?
OP?
No, Panama Jack.
Panama
man.
Jack. Or Z Cavarici.
Look at Panama Mac over there.
And
Yeah.
the ball back right there.
So guys, look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go visit Sunset Boulevard. All right, quick announcements, guys. Number one, first of all, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way if you want to elevate your support. Kirk is a patron of Patreon. He's here with us. He's one of those members, man. You could join him and elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast. There's 6 awesome tiers, man. And so just go check it out.
I really can tell you something. We appreciate all support of the Magic Our Way podcast, but you know what we really love? We love that elevated support.
We love that elevated support.
Because we need
yeah.
that elevated support.
That reminds me, at the last Patreon exclusive get-together, when we was doing the limbo, I think I dropped my wallet. Did y'all find it by the pool?
No, not at all. There was no wallet. No, not at all.
Damn. I was so drunk that night. It's just that was a killer party, man. That's one of the best perks about being a Patreon.
We certainly didn't
that
find
would be
anything with your Visa card or your Blockbuster rental card. So that's
No.
kind of crazy.
I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
like I've been sitting kind of funny. I wonder what that is.
Nah.
Eli.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm excited because I got a new car, but I don't want to tell you I paid for it.
well, speaking of Eli, there's something I want to make a quick announcement of. That's what that music usually means. We have a couple of things announced.
Okay.
But, my kids, they like watching the Disney Channel. And last night, we watched the premiere, and I don't know if you've heard of this, Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. Have you heard that that TV show that just started?
Wait a minute. I've been watching Kenobi. I've been watching Stranger Things. What is this?
This is on the actual Disney Channel. So it's not on Disney Plus. I don't think it could be, but this is Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. They're superheroes. They're Latinx superheroes,
Oh.
and it's all about a mask. And the mask chooses you. And this little
Like
girl.
La Lucha?
They're luchadors. They're literally luchador superheroes. Have you seen this?
No.
I was like,
Come on, Marvel Guru. Where you been?
They're not Marvel characters.
they're not Marvel
How you know?
characters, but it's
Because I would. Go ahead.
No, but it's like my oldest wanted to see this. It was a premiere. I was like, I wanted to watch Obi-Wan because I hadn't gotten a chance to watch it on Wednesday. Apparently, they're releasing on Wednesdays now. And then she's like, I really want to watch the show. I was like, all right, fine. My oldest doesn't want to watch Obi-Wan, but she wants to watch this. So I started watching it. They released 2 episodes yesterday. And we're recording this on Saturday the 4th, guys. So it came out on the 3rd, listeners. So But anyway, it's a show called Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion.
Is The Rock in it? And he the Black Scorpion?
No,
He's a Scorpion King.
He's Scorpion
my
King.
bad.
Yeah. And he's Black Adam, right?
Oh,
yeah, he's Black Adam now.
But
too,
he's not
yeah.
Gotta
combined
confuse, my
both.
bad.
I think Black Scorpion, that's like one of those domain, public domain characters.
Probably
I
so,
wanna
but
say.
yeah, these are luchador superheroes. And
So
I was
they
wondering
do-
if anybody... Yeah, I mean, the way they fight, it's all luchador kind of stuff. But apparently the little girl that does it, it's like the Black Scorpion's her uncle, she finds out. And not the spoilers, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait,
Spoilers.
that's who Ric Flair was in WCW.
Oh,
he was
God.
the Black Scorpion. You remember the Black Scorpion
Yeah.
was going after Sting.
Sting.
And like, Sting. It's me.
Oh, so that's a thing, maybe.
Yes, that was
Okay.
a wrestler at one point in time, the Black Scorpion.
That's
Anyway, yeah,
right.
so
it
this
was
is the
an
Black...
infamous bad angle.
Oh. But yeah, there's a Black Scorpion. He's a wrestler. He's a luchador.
Okay.
And then his niece apparently inherits... She gets bestowed this mask, and then she puts it on, and she becomes the Ultraviolet, which she can apparently run really fast. So now Black Scorpion has to train Ultraviolet, and it's all kind of craziness. I'm
Does
like,
she have like a psychic named 4K?
no, but apparently she's on social media, which is in broadcast in 4K. So she's like a superhero, but she also broadcasts live on her fights and stuff on social media.
Ah.
Which is interesting, yeah.
okay.
And then train in this, I guess, this luchador gym. They got a ring and everything. I was like, what the hell is this? But surprisingly, I'm kind of caught up in it. I don't know why. Maybe it's the whole luchador thing. But I just wanted to bring that up because as they just released, I'm like, a luchador superhero.
So you're suggesting to the listeners of the Magic Our Way podcast, forget about Stranger Things, forget about Kenobi, watch the Black Scorpion.
Check this out and see what you think. But yeah, Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion.
Ultraviolet and
I didn't
Black-
expect this, and I'm like, this is surprisingly, I don't know. I don't get it.
But you seem to be caught up in it, so it must be good.
must be.
But
good.
it's because it's a luchador, and he's a superhero. And I'm like, I have a
Okay.
luchador mask, but I can't do that.
You have a luchador
Yeah, but
mask?
you only
I do,
wear
yeah.
it during lovemaking.
Yeah, but I can't do the stuff they're doing.
Well, you haven't trained yet. You got to train
you
for
gotta-
that.
you
Doesn't
gotta-
have a red ball right around here, does it?
Red ball where? I'm sorry, could you do that again? Like slowly?
Put in your mouth and with this mask, this luchador mask you have.
Oh, like a turkey. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, man. I want to say there is a Marvel luchador wrestling character though.
I
That's
think so
not
too,
by
but
that
I don't
name.
think it's that name. I think this
No,
is separate.
I think it's like Luchador X or something.
I think they're just capitalizing the whole superhero thing by just coming up with this show. But I'm like, this is surprisingly somewhat satisfying.
Well, question. So if
Yeah.
you like luchadors or your daughter likes luchadors, why don't y'all just watch wrestling? Like wrestling.
Well, I used to watch wrestling, and I haven't kept up with it, but I go back to the 80s with wrestling. So I'm talking Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the cop dude, whatever his
Big
name
Boss
is.
Man.
Yeah, Big Boss Man, Sergeant Slaughter. I go back to way then. I haven't really kept up because then it started changing things. I was like, I can't keep all this shit.
Yeah.
But I maybe I should get back into it and check it out. Maybe my daughter might dig that.
I would say watch AEW.
I pay for Disney Plus. I will watch at least one episode of Ultraviolet in the Black Scorpion.
Is that on Disney Plus?
No, I think it's on Disney Channel
Yeah,
Network. Yeah, I don't
so-
think it's
Wait,
on
it's not
Disney
on
Plus.
Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's on.
I ain't watching.
Yeah,
Ain't watching.
it's on the
that.
network television.
Yeah, no, I ain't.
Well, I guess what we used to call cable. So
cables.
yeah, I didn't think that. Apparently, they're releasing every Friday, but I didn't think I would actually kind of like it. But it's like now I'm intrigued where
So
this
you're
goes.
recommending it to the listeners out there if you're into Disney.
With caution, I'm
With
curious. Maybe you have kids that may want to watch it too. But I'm not saying like I'm blowing out the water. But check it out, see what you guys think. We'll
Is
talk
this
about
like
it in
a
the group.
brother sister?
No, it's an
crime-fighting-
uncle niece kind
uncle
of
niece.
relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently the uncle's kind of estranged. He doesn't come around the house too much. And then we, not spoilers, but she gets the mask, she puts it on, she runs into Black Scorpion because she's like, oh man, he's so awesome. I want to be superhero too. And then when he takes off the mask and he becomes his normal self, it's like, oh my God, you're my Tio. You're my uncle. I was like, what the hell? And then she takes off the mask, like, oh my God, you're my freaking niece. I can't deal with this right now. I've never had kids. I don't know how to train. I don't know what to do, but I got to train you. I don't have no idea why the mask chose you, but here you are. We're family. And then all kind of stuff ensues. And then toward the end of the second episode, she realizes, like, yeah, I really need training. I can't just do what I do and run fast and hope to goodness I can fight crime. I got to learn some skills. And
Do they fight crime in the ring, or do they go?
No, they
into
go out
dark
into the
alleys
city.
and-
Yeah, dark alleys in the streetways. They go into warehouses and just raises havoc. He's
seems-
picking up cars and they're throwing and
Sounds awesome.
in the first two episodes she's just running around because that's all she knows how to do. She runs fast.
It just
So-
seems like it's really hard to do like luchador moves without the top rope.
Well, he's doing
That
it
is
off
a high part of your offense.
yeah. He's doing it off of cars. And
Okay,
he's doing other things.
Off
you
the
know.
roof, you could do it off the roof.
But the funny thing is that apparently she runs fast. She runs really fast, but she can make other things go fast too. So in this one fight scene, she doesn't know really how to fight. She just knows how to run at this point. She takes a handful of gumballs and she starts flinging them out at all the bad people, like bullets. So she's just shooting these guys with gumballs, and apparently when she flicks it, it runs as fast as her. And so it's hitting these bad guys, and they're getting knocked out left and right, and she's like spraying them like a Tommy gun. It's freaking hilarious. I'm like, what is going on with this show? But I can't stop watching.
Okay.
And on my mind, I was like, I just want to get to Obi-Wan, but I'm gonna let my oldest watch these 2
know what?
episodes as premiere.
You're editing more shows going forward. If you got this much time on your hands, we're watching this kind of crap.
No, this is I'm not. This was, but not by choice. This was like I just want to watch Obi-Wan and then get on to other stuff. And it's like, well, my oldest wanted to watch this. It's like, all right, fine.
The black
Yeah, it's like okay, fine. We're watching this, and then we'll get to Obi-Wan. I'm like, really?
I'm a wrestling fan. I've never thought to combine my love of wrestling with my love of Disney, but this sounds like a way to go.
Maybe you guys check it out and y'all let me know if it's anything worthy. But it was, I don't know. I just couldn't stop watching. I was like, what the hell? Why am I watching this? I just want to watch Obi-Wan. But
Wrestling the
I can't stop
superpower
watching.
sound like a cool combo. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry. I just want to talk about quick announcement. I experienced that yesterday. Couldn't believe what the hell I was watching, especially with the gumball thing. She was shooting off like bullets. It was crazy. I didn't. That was just what.
If we can get some Star Wars luchadors,
That'd
would
be awesome.
really-
Yes.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Third wrestler, second wrestler, first wrestler, the grand wrestler.
I would take that.
Darth Mysterio Jr.
Ooh, Superstar Destroyer.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, we got some other things to talk about, guys. But if you happen to watch this show, man, let us know what you think about it. Show at magicourway.com. Here we are on the hub, and as you know, this is our main topic segment of the show. And for today, we are continuing our saga now of Did You Notice shows. That's KNOW with Lee Lastovica of
That's still a
Magical Munch
thing?
Vacations. That's still a thing. How about that?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
I thought we got all we were going to get. We get more?
We get more. We got to finish. We're going to finish this one.
Always good to finish.
Most studios.
And so, as I said in the beginning of the show, Lee is talking about Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Studios. And look at the rest of them. Did you notice shows? Hollywood Studios, he covers the rest of the park, Galaxy's Edge, all this. Did you do Galaxy? You did Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, you did Galaxy's Edge.
100%.
All different kinds of stuff, man. Toy Story Land, all those different areas. It's been a while since we've done it. But here we are about to wrap up everything, I think. But this sounds like your penultimate show because from when we were talking, you were saving a couple other things. Is that right?
Spoiler alert, this actually will be not the last show, but the second to last show. We're going to walk all the way down Sunset Boulevard, take you through all the little shops and the eateries and all this stuff. And then the very last show, we're going to do Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, and Phantasmic as one show.
Yes. So as I said, the penultimate show is what we're doing right here.
Yes.
Of the whole Did You Notice Hollywood Studio series. And Kirk is here because Kirk is one of your sources.
Well, you can't miss the Penn and Teller show.
And this is
Teller
his,
show.
this is his favorite park, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I will say this, like, number one, invaluable resource here with Mr. Kirk. I was going through the park on my last trip. I was, doing all these little small details and doing little quick videos and stuff like that.
And you were doing them on TikTok, is that right?
On TikTok, yeah.
Yeah. What's your account on TikTok? Just to let them know, so if they want to see those things that Kirk helped you with.
Yeah, you can check it out at You Got a Friend in Lee.
Yes, at You Got a Friend in Lee on TikTok. Check it out.
Yes.
And Lee's got a friend in Kirk.
That's right. Kirk was my phone a friend that week. I was constantly like, Kirk, what does this mean? Hey, I saw this window. What is this about? And so, this especially, Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard especially, Kirk has been invaluable helping with this. So I want to definitely say thank you, sir. Your input is appreciated, and the shows would not be what they are without you.
Thank you, Kirk.
And this was going to be a one-part show, but we talked 30 minutes about luchadors, so we got to split it up.
Yes.
Kirk is invaluable. He's loved.
Yes.
There he is. Invaluable.
Feel it right now.
You feel it right there? You feel it? I even got you soloed on the video. So if you're watching on the video, guys,
Almost
He's invaluable. He's invaluable.
He's invaluable.
All right. Anyway, so all right. Enough distraction. Here we go. Lee, take us through this journey, man. Did you notice, or did you know this? Hollywood Studios, Sunset Boulevard, man. Take it away.
Let's go. All right, so if you remember the last show we did, we were in that center court area, Hollywood Brown Derby, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the statue with the cameraman, all that stuff. That's where we were. So now we're going to take a left turn, and we're going to go down Sunset Boulevard, which I feel is appropriate as a sun sets on our time exploring Hollywood Studios.
Oh, that's very poetic.
A couple things I did not realize, because I did not know this. Sunset Boulevard didn't always exist. That was added later. That was added after I'd already started going to the parks. But at one time, there was no Sunset Boulevard.
I remember that. Yeah, I knew that. I remember that. I remember you couldn't take a right turn once you get to the midway on that street. It never existed. And I remember when they built that, and I looked to the right, and I'm like, what the hell is that? You know?
Well, man, we're going to have to get like his and her T-shirts. Did you know this? I knew that.
Yeah.
And arrows pointing at each other?
Exactly.
Oh, man, dude, another T-shirt idea.
That's a good T-shirt idea.
We got to start creating these. Yeah.
Copyright Magic Our Way 2022.
Thank you, Kirk.
What year did Sunset Boulevard come? Now that's the part where I get fuzzy. Like, what year did it come about?
So let me give you that in a second, because it's actually one of the little hidden details that is located in the park. So,
okay. So you could find that information if you're walking around the park.
Yeah, there's some references to it.
Nice. Okay.
Unlike Magic Kingdom or Epcot, which is, one of those parks where you could spend the whole day for sure, even multiple days, MGM Studios was opened not to be a half-day park, but just to be kind of like some extra things to do on your Disney vacation, a little lagniappe. But immediately, once the park opened, it just was hugely popular. If you remember back on a previous show when we talked about Commerce Lane, the park was so popular, they couldn't keep up with the demand. They had to add more food. They had to have all this other stuff in there to keep up with it.
Well, the studio tour itself was a half day. If you remember, that was a long tour.
But that was awesome, though, wasn't it?
It was a great tour, but
much,
I mean, shoot, you waited in line for hours and you stepped on that thing, and then 3.5 hours later you get off of it.
Disney wanted to crowd gobbler. That was a crowd gobbler.
It really was.
But you learn so many things. I have so many fond memories of that.
Same here.
I don't think you ever talked about the tour as much, but maybe one day we'll have to do a retro history show on that. But it's funny you bring that up, Lee, because I remember I went to Hollywood Studios maybe within the first month or 2 months that it was open.
Okay.
And I remember it's like, if you didn't get there early enough, it was sold out. You couldn't even park. So you had to wait till like later in the afternoon, try again and see if you can get in. And, me and my parents, we go, it was maybe like 8 o'clock. It's like, oh, we're closed for today. It was a small park. It wasn't big, but damn, it was popular. It was Disney MGM Studios was freaking popular. They would turn people at the gate. We'd all have to turn around and we come back maybe like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Maybe we can get in. But I remember coming down World Drive and there was lines at the wazoo because they redid it now, but they used to have a right turn. And they had the Disney MGM Studios sign. It looked like a little bridge kind of thing, and the gate that you drove through. But there used to be lines all up and down World Drive trying to get into that park, and it was really, really tough. Now, there is a back way, but, man, that's even worse because you have to take a left turn or a right turn off of that main road, and that's even more difficult. But, yeah, it was crazy because it was super popular. And I'm like, man, month out, 2 months out, this will be no problem. We can get in. Nope.
Didn't you ride the bee?
Oh, yeah, I did ride the bee. Yeah, I have to find that video and post it on YouTube. But
yeah, so when we do the retrospective, guys, you'll see Kevin riding on the bee from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And I'll have to check. I have VHS-C video and high 8mm video, I think, of the tour. I'll have to dig it up. I know I have pictures. But, yeah, they used to do a green screen thing of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Play set, or not the play set, but like
they had a play set. It was a playground area kind of thing. But they had a green screen where they would put you in, like where they would show you how they make movie magic.
Yeah. And
one of the things that they would do is that you would ride the bee from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah,
and,
it was.
I never got chosen to ride the bee.
Yeah, I got chosen.
You couldn't just do it. You had to get picked.
You had to get picked.
Yeah. There was,
okay.
Yeah, there was 2 people. They had one person to ride the bee, and there's one person that was dangling on a leg trying to get. You were doing the reaching thing, like, oh my God, I'm dropping. Yeah. Grab me. I was the guy on the leg, I think. I don't think I got on top of the bee, but I was on the guy driving, like, grab me, hold me, I'm about to fall. And my friend was the guy sitting on top of the bee, and it was great. You know, it was a great. But I digress. I'm
And your
sorry.
friend was
But
like, I'll never let go, Kevin.
I'll never let go. And he did, and I froze to death.
Just make sure when you show us that video, you don't mix it up with the one where you ride the D.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't
No,
show-
man.
yeah.
I'm fans of the V. So let's get that straight.
That was when he was hanging on the third leg.
See that? V. Not the D. The V.
D.
The V.
B.
All right, thank you. Yes. But anyway, all right, sorry. But all that's just to corroborate what you're talking about as far as how popular it was.
Very popular. I remember going in 92 and riding and trying to go in Muppet Vision 3D and having, you know, that little side area?
Yeah, all the outside line.
Wrapped around for hours waiting in line.
That's crazy in and of itself that Muppet D had a queue line.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it was long.
I remember.
The bonus was that you got to see those posters on the side of the
Yes.
building. I appreciate that now, but I didn't appreciate it back then because it was freaking hot.
Yes.
And it was long, dude. It was. I mean, even Great Movie Ride had long ass lines.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
God,
it was all over the place. I mean, God, what else? You know, the
Indiana
tour,
Jones.
Indiana Jones was packed. It was nuts, man. It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, people were clamoring for it because remember they were opening at about the same time that Universal Studios was opening.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That could be something we talk about too. Is like, you know, those two things coming online at the same time. It was just absolutely nuts.
Very coincidental.
Yeah, it wasn't planned
Very
at all.
coincidental. Those two parks opened at the same time.
Yeah, but all that to say to corroborate your story, Lee, that this was a very, very popular park from the get-go.
Now, this expansion would be themed to another popular street in Hollywood, Sunset Boulevard. It also continues chronologically with the area being themed after a World War II time period. Now, in real life, in California, Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard do not intersect, but in Hollywood Studios, they do. So this is the intersection here, Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard.
Well, remember, Lee, don't forget that their whole saying was, it's the Hollywood that never was, but always will be.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
To support your point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, if you enjoyed that episode, the first one we did regarding Hollywood Boulevard, you should really enjoy this show as well, because it's a lot of the same material, a lot of the architecture, the historic LA buildings that inspired the various gift shops and eateries that you'll find on Sunset Boulevard. So we're going to do a lot of that today. Now, just to preface this in the beginning, normally what we would do is we would just kind of walk down the area from, you know, the beginning of the land to the end of the land. But since this street is set up in such a way that there's things on the left and there's things on the right, what we're going to do is we're going to walk left side of the street, then we're going to go back and start at the right side of the street, and then we'll end up at the end of the Sunset Boulevard where Tower is located.
Lee, is it true what they say, left of the road fine, right of the road fine, middle of the road squashed like bug?
That's a Confucius say.
Yeah, Mr.
Very
Miyagi
ancient
say.
Chinese secret.
And Mr. Miyagi is more important.
say.
Yes.
Giving away your
Miyagi-do-san. Yes.
giving away your Karate Kid ignorance, sir.
Come on.
All right, we're going to the left of the road.
We're going to the left. I hang to the left.
To the left, to the left.
To the everybody.
But before we do that, we're going to start at the end, which used to be the beginning.
Wait, stop. You already blew my mind.
I'm sorry. This is very Confucius
At
like.
the end, which was the beginning.
And now it's the end.
And now it's the end.
The upside down. This is very Pirates of the Caribbean, I feel.
I was waiting for 11 to get me out of the...
The upside down?
Yeah, this show goes to the 11.
Okay, so we're starting at the end to get to the beginning.
Face off.
That's correct.
Yes.
Face off.
All right.
I like that movie. Don't hate me.
Terrible movie.
I know it sucked, but I loved it.
So we're going to start with the original location of the Theater of the Stars. This theater, which now houses Beauty and the Beast live on stage, used to be located at the beginning of what is now Sunset Boulevard, because, again, Sunset Boulevard wasn't there, and this was where Theater of the Stars was located. This theater is based on the Hollywood Bowl, which is on the foothills of the Santa Monica Mountains in Los Angeles. It was an open-air amphitheater. This opened with...
That's where Dave Chappelle got attacked.
Was it for real? Okay, I didn't know.
Isn't that where Dave Chappelle got attacked? Was the Hollywood Bowl?
Oh, and the real Hollywood Bowl.
The real Hollywood Bowl.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
So, yeah, you might know the Hollywood Bowl from Dave Chappelle getting attacked.
And this is what it was supposed to represent. Yeah, absolutely.
So it opened with the park on May 1st, 1989. Eventually, it closed on May 2nd, 1993, to make room for the construction of Sunset Boulevard, and it was relocated to where it is now. And that's right near the entrance of Tower of Terror. Originally, there was a lot of shows, a lot of live-action shows here. Some of those shows included Hollywood, a star-studded spectacular, Dick Tracy starring in Diamond Double Cross, Hollywood's Pretty Woman, which, was that based off the movie Pretty Woman?
I was about to ask you.
I have no idea because I never saw the show.
There's like a Pretty Woman like this year in the Sanger. They're going to have the Pretty Woman the musical.
Yeah,
There's like a Pretty Woman musical.
That seems very inappropriate.
I can't imagine. Like Pretty Woman was released under the Disney mature label, though, right? I can't imagine it was really. Kirk, you're the expert in the studios. Was that Pretty Woman the Julia Roberts version?
That was Pretty Woman, the Julia Roberts version.
Really?
What?
It's a very wholesome story, man. Just because she has a profession that could be frowned on in certain circles doesn't mean a thing. It's still a good show.
Well, it's the oldest profession in the world, but I mean...
Exactly.
Well, who was the Pretty Woman character? Was it Minnie, like the hoe? I mean...
we're going to have to do a little deep dive into that one.
Those are words you never hear together.
Minnie Ho?
Was it Minnie the Ho?
Was Minnie the Ho?
There's Minnie Vans. That
I've heard
is
of
Minnie
Minnie the
Ho.
Moocher, but not Minnie.
Hey.
Kirk, no, are you serious? Like, is this really based off a Pretty Woman?
I don't know any certainty. I'm looking it up right now, actually.
Oh, okay. So you were just joking. Okay.
Right.
So
let's phone a friend on that one.
Our
Kirk,
team of
see if we can get
crack
some more
experts are
information.
on the case, guys. Sorry, we now return you to the
No,
arts.
Danny, our team is on crack.
Yes.
Our team of experts are on crack.
All right, so and then eventually Beauty and the Beast live on stage, which will be shown at this theater, and then of course it moved with the theater where it is now, and so that's what we have now is Beauty and the Beast live on stage in the Theater of the Stars, which is in its new location.
You know, that freaked me out when I was little. It's like I remember when they built that, and I was like, wait a minute. But I didn't realize that it moved until like much later. I was like, was this always here or did?
Yeah,
move?
I mean it's a little different. On the original theater, there were very open seating, like no cover any at all. And whereas the new theater, it's an open air theater, but at least you're covered. You're not in the blazing.
That's what freaked me out because I remember being like burning in the sun watching the show, and then it's like the next time I went, maybe years later, I was like, wait, they're smart. They installed like covers and stuff. That's so nice of them.
I remember going and I thought they demolished it. Like I thought it was gone. I didn't realize it was relocated towards the end of Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, I had no idea they demolished it at all. I was like, wait a minute. And then I realized after,
I have your answer, and Danny is going to love it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Minnie was a hoe?
I'm going to read verbatim from the Disney Wiki.
All right. I'm going to solo it on Kirk. So if you're watching the video, Kirk, Captain or Invaluable Cajun Chavez, tell us what's up.
The first Walt Disney World attraction to feature the Muppets was the Hollywood's Pretty Woman stage show at the Theater of the Stars on Hollywood Boulevard in Disney MGM Studios.
Really?
Wow.
According to one description, the show features Roger Rabbit as the world-famous producer from Maroon Studios visiting Club Hollywood. Proprietor Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy are trying to impress Roger with their salute to the women of Hollywood lore. Featured are tributes to Jeanette MacDonald, Julie Garland, Ginger Rogers, Carmen Miranda, and Madonna. Okay. The show builds to a grand surprise ending. The show included Kermit and Miss Piggy walk-arounds in the surprise finale.
So it wasn't Pretty Woman, it was Pretty Women.
No. Yeah. No, it says Hollywood's Pretty Woman. It's just, that was the title of the show, but it was...
they're saluting women. They were trading on the name of the movie that was popular. Yeah, okay, good.
Correct.
Right.
But I find funny that Minnie is in there, so I guess you were kind of right.
No, Minnie is not a hoe. That was a joke. Unless you listen to it. Lily likes to tell the goofy joke.
Yeah. I'll leave that for Patreon.
Yes.
All right, so did you know this? Beauty and the Beast live on stage did premiere in MGM Studios on the same day that the animated movie opened in theaters.
No,
I
didn't.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so they were I noticed that with Eisner they did this a lot where they were like, okay, you know what? We got a good feeling about this. Let's go for it. Like there was no waiting 2-3 years where people were clamoring or even the thrill had been gone from this particular franchise. Like they were like, okay, this is going to be good. We're going to have the movie released and we're going to go at the studios. Boom, let's do it.
Same thing with It's Tough to Be a Bug. They were working on that before the movie was even out.
Yeah.
And then the animators had to try and work with the people who were at Pixar making the film. I mean, yes, that was back in the day where we didn't have to wait 2 to 3 years when the public demand had died down before we finally got an attraction.
But either way, I mean, again, they were just that confident in this franchise. They were like, okay, we're doing this. We're gonna have the movie premiere and we're gonna have a show. Boom, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. So before we stroll down Sunset Boulevard, let's talk about what might have been. Sunset Boulevard was initially planned to be a land based on the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did.
Did you?
Maroon Studios.
During development, the land was going to be known as Roger Rabbit's Hollywood Land or Maroon Studios. This new area would feature 3 new Roger Rabbit attractions: Baby Herman's Runaway Baby Buggy, Toontown Trolley, and Benny the Cab Ride, which eventually did open in Disneyland as Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. Now, as plans continue to develop, Imagineers had also pitched the idea of creating a replica of Hollywood Sunset Boulevard with the Roger Rabbit attractions at the end of the street, like somewhere where the Rock and Roller Coaster is located now. Layout Sunset Boulevard would have also included a working red trolley car that would transport guests down the street.
Oh, I remember that. Mm-hmm. I remember that was supposed to happen. Damn, that would have been cool.
And the red car was...
Yeah, the red car trolley. We talked about this. Yeah, I mean, and they have the Starbucks based upon that the building that Starbucks is in, right? Is based.
Yes,
the red
exactly.
car.
We talked about that on the Hollywood Boulevards episode. But it would basically look like the cartoon studio from the movie, where you would see buildings featured in the film. You'd have like boxes of TNT, grand pianos hanging above the sidewalk, Roger Rabbit shaped holes in the walls, all this kind of stuff. There was even going to be a recreation of the Terminal Bar, which was going to be like an actual restaurant you could eat in.
Yeah, I remember the Terminal. That's where Roger was hiding in the little area. Where he busted through the wall.
Yeah.
2 bits.
Yeah, exactly. We did get that little warehouse area where you saw what was the name of the dip?
Yeah, they had the store where they had all the different little. Yeah. You could open the box. And
they had
things were bringing. Yeah, the crates and all that. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man, Roger was a big part of the studios way back in the day.
I'm sorry, that was a heyday of that park. I'm sorry. That all those different little interactive things were freaking awesome. Not that I don't like it now, but it's like that was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
Because I mean, the dip was like a picture thing. Yes. People took pictures with the dip. Like, I'm getting run over.
Didn't they have like a cutout of Jessica on the wall with the Roger Rabbit like silhouette where he would have went through a wall right next to her? I've seen videos of that.
Oh wow! I'll go with your word on that.
So yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
They had like a safe that looks like it had fallen on the ground, and right where it's on the ground, they got a chalk line so they land on somebody's head.
Now that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Marvin Acme, you talked about.
Yeah. They played patty cake.
Patty cake.
Oh man, I mean, it's just it's
what a day though. Roger Rabbit, man, really like
Roger Rabbit's like it's still like top 10.
I know. Like I watched that film, and who didn't want to go to Toontown? And then we got the best we got was Disneyland's version of Toontown. But like, yeah, you just wanted to walk in and around Toontown. So I remember hearing this rumor back in the day and being excited and bummed that nothing really came from Roger.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like with Roger Rabbit, the movie was like 2 of my favorite worlds combined. It was like the Hanna-Barbera stuff world and the Disney world, and they had those characters in the same movie. I'm like, what?
Warner Brothers too. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, Warner Brothers. Yeah. The Warner Brothers were all. I was like, I was so freaking amazed, and I don't know, man.
And not to get sidetracked, but if you like that part of that concept, you should check out the Rescue Rangers movie.
Really?
It's not the same level. It's not like, oh, this is as good as Roger Rabbit, but it's kind of the same thing where you've got a lot of these different characters from different franchises and other animation studios in the movie.
Well, spoiler alert on this. What is it called again? Rescue Rangers movie.
I'm
going to watch it at some point in time because one of the characters from South Park.
Oh, what?
Is in the Rescue Rangers movie, and I've got.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch it now.
I will see it now because of that. Yes,
I gotta watch it. That. Is it on Disney Plus? Do we know?
Yeah,
it is.
Okay. I gotta check it out. Okay. Eli, you watched it?
No, I went to watch something else on Disney Plus.
But you saw it. Okay.
I saw it in the.
I gotta check it out. All right, Lee, take us down.
Despite the plans that Imagineers had for the Roger Rabbit area, problems arose with the film's character rights between Disney and Amblin Entertainment, which caused Disney to change the direction of the MGM Studios expansion. So instead of Roger Rabbit Land, Disney decided to focus on creating the Sunset Boulevard replica. But there are actually at least one remnant of that idea, and that is the red trolley car. If you remember, that was supposed to carry guests up and down Sunset Boulevard, and it's still here, sort of. And we'll touch base on the actual trolley car as we get a little further down the street here. But if you start here on the corner, there's Hollywood Junction. What you will see is the overhead, the trolley car line. It runs the length of Sunset Boulevard. So that the trolley car line that would have been is still there. It exists just as a reference to that trolley car and that form of transportation.
You talk about the electric cable or whatever is still overhead, really?
Kirk asked me to verify that, but I actually have pictures and video of it. It runs from Hollywood Junction all the way down to the end of Sunset Boulevard.
What about in the cement? You know how they have the tracks in the cement?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
What's fun about that is, and I've got it at the end, but I'll just tell you now. You can see the actual tracks in the cement where they end, right at that corner where
by the cobblestone.
The cobblestone.
Yeah, the cobblestone
and all that. It kind of go towards Rock and Roller Coaster. But, that's where they end.
That's great.
I've never looked up. I've never noticed the cables. And I've taken pictures down that street at Hollywood Tower at the very end, and I've never. Oh, damn. Okay.
Something to keep in mind.
I have to look at my pictures now because I'm sure I caught it because I'm taking pictures of Hollywood Tower at the end of the street.
So you didn't notice?
I did not notice. Yeah, I didn't notice, or did you notice either? Or K. Yeah.
All right. So right there at that area, the Hollywood Junction, right at the corner there. This is something you may not have noticed. Look at the ground near the tip board, and you'll see a stamp in the concrete. It's a half oval, and the words Mortimer and Company Contractors, established 1928.
Okay.
And it's actually smaller. Like, I've seen pictures of it, so I was like looking for it, and I couldn't find it. I asked a cast member, they didn't no idea what I was talking about.
Of course.
But eventually I did find it. It's just very small. It's like as big as your hand, maybe. Now, we all know who Mortimer is as the original name that Walt had for Mickey.
Right.
And that is, again, established 1928. That's when Walt had come up with that character. So it's a cool little thing. You can check that out, and it's something you might not have noticed. You just probably walk right on by it. It's right there on the ground, right near the curb.
I might have noticed it, but I don't ever register what it was.
No.
Thank you.
So let's take a walk down this here. We're going to start with Beverly Sunset. These are all, some gift shops and things like that. But Beverly Sunset is on the left, and it's a building with 3 different facades.
It's a pretty special building. It's probably the main gift store that
is that where the villain shop used to be?
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna get there, but I mean,
yes.
Just the entrance in itself, and I'm not gonna steal Lee's thunder, but just the entrance itself when you walk in is kind of unique, right, Lee?
Well, it's based off of the Warner Beverly Hills Theater, which opened in 1931 at 9404 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. But that original building is no longer there. It was demolished in 1988. If you want to go ahead and expand on that, Danny, the significance of that building.
Well, I wasn't thinking of the significance of the building. I was thinking about when you walk in, how it's made to look like the lobby of of a movie theater, where you would get your popcorn and your treats and whatnot, and that's where they sell sweets and whatnot. That's my memory of it. And then you proceed on into the store, and then you kind of get into that. It was Villains in Vogue at one point in time.
Yeah, which was a great shop.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's my brother-in-law Aaron. I mean, he still remembers that to this day. It's like, man, that was so much better when it was, and he couldn't have been any more right. That was a must stop.
It's unfortunate we have to say that, but most of the gift shops are like that now. There's not really like, oh, this is a great gift shop. They're all the same merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is.
It's all just the same merchandise in this gift shop as in that gift shop and in that gift shop.
Well, even Cross Parks, I think we've tracked that on this show. It's like, a lot of the stuff is homogenized and it used to be more unique, but that's a different conversation.
I remember years ago, I want to say it was like around, 2010, 2013, that when you go into that shop, the very end of it, the last portion of it, it was all Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise. And I mean,
yeah, I remember
figures, clothes, toys, it had everything. It had this one, it was a Jack Skellington jersey. Those jerseys they would make for these characters?
Yeah,
sure. Jack Skellington jersey had the year that the movie came out, his name on the back. It was beautiful. It's just a shame they had to go away from things like that.
It's a shame.
Yeah, and not only that, I remember during Halloween time, that whole store, they had these little ghosts and everything everywhere that adorn the store, especially the villain section of it, that really just... I think it was even a mummy at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it popped. It was just something that you had to see.
It was cool, yeah.
I remember one of the windows had a huge Maleficent.
Yeah, I remember that.
The next section here is Real Vogue. And again, as Danny mentioned, this is what was known as Villains in Vogue until the summer of 2015. Now, this facade is modeled on the former Pasadena Winter Garden, a spectacular streamlined modern-style ice skating rink. The original is located at 171 South Arroyo Parkway in Pasadena and opened up in 1940. And that building is actually still there. It's a storage facility now, of all things. But, yeah, so it used to be an ice skating rink in Pasadena, California. But that's where Villains in Vogue used to be. It's now called Real Vogue.
Right. And now you just got to free your mind if you want to envision.
The rest will follow. Now, here's just a small, cool detail, but right outside of Real Vogue, you're going to see a sign that says Route 66, which, of course, is a reference to the famous Route 66. That is where many people moved to the city in the early 20th century via that roadway, the Route 66, and countless things have been written about that famous route across the country.
Also made famous by cars, obviously. I've heard, Lee, I've heard that a lot of the Pixar stuff has kind of gone into where Real Vogue is because of that, the connection to the Toy Story Land right over there, right?
I would agree with that because I remember when we were, not this trip, but maybe like 2 trips back, and I met up with the Raz. She went into there and purchased some gifts for her nephew, and I believe she bought like a Slinky Dog something or other. So, yeah, I would say that's probably...
I remember hearing when Toy Story Land was coming out that would be the, I guess, official place where you get all your Toy Story Land merchandise.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's so weird that they have a whole land dedicated to Toy Story and their gift shop has to be
somewhere else. Yeah,
exactly.
Now, this is something that's unfortunately not there anymore, and I didn't include the details of it in this because it isn't there anymore. But around that sign, there are some suitcases, and yes, they're a tribute to the people that have moved, cross country and things like that. But they actually used to, if you would read the names on the luggage, the names of those people were characters from the Tower of Terror movie. And characters in the backstory. Yeah, characters to the backstory of Tower of Terror.
Awesome.
That's cool.
But I mean, it's not there anymore. They got rid of it. I mean, the suitcases are still there, but the names are gone. And that's again one of those things. Like, I don't understand why that had to go away. Like, why? Maybe the
movie sucked. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really like there's no reason to take it away.
Not any more than any other of Steve Guttenberg's movies.
The Goot. The Goot.
But they're just random suitcases now. There's no names on them or anything. But apparently they used to have the names of some of the characters from the Tower of Terror movie. All right, and then the last facade next to Real Vogue it's based on a building located at 12 Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, California also. And this building is the home of the 35er. 35er is a bar in Pasadena's Old Town neighborhood. It's been in business since 1962. The family-owned and operated 35er enjoys the title the oldest cocktail lounge in Pasadena. The building's history before 1962 is a bit of a mystery. The designated historical property list of the city of Pasadena includes the building, but only identifies the year it was built as circa 1950. It does not have an actual date when it opens. But it's a very, again, old building that is still there today in Pasadena, California.
That's so interesting that, we talked about Hollywood Studios when it first opened, and you talked about how Sunset Boulevard didn't exist. And here we are. They're still modeling the buildings that you see off of existing structures in and around California.
Except for one.
Except for one, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We'll get to that one when we cross the street. But while we're here, here's some things that you might not have noticed. Take a look at that building and check out the windows at the top of the building. And there's 3 different paintings is not the right word, but there's advertisements or etching on the windows in this building. Okay, so the first one, you'll look for this. It says... International Brotherhood of Second Assistant Directors, we're standing behind you.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. But there is an actual second assistant director. That's an actual position you can have on the movie set.
That's why it's funny.
Pay attention to the letters then. International Brotherhood of Second Assistant Directors. Those initials spell out
IB SAD.
Because you can't be the first assistant director. You got to be the second.
But they do have an important job. The second assistant that's the people that generate the call sheets. They make sure all the cast is in place where they need to be. Mm-hmm. They get all the extras ready and have them where they're supposed to be. They give a lot of support to the first AD, and they actually are a very critical part of the movie making process.
Sure, sad as they are.
The next window is kind of a corner office, so it's on both sides. Muscle Beach Bodyguard Service.
There we go.
Muscle Beach.
Venice Beach, right?
Yeah, everybody knows where Muscle Beach is in California. It's in Santa Monica. This beach was known as Muscle Beach, but it never actually was officially called Muscle Beach until 1989, when the city actually rededicated it as Muscle Beach, gave it that official name. And eventually it would be known as Muscle Beach, Venice. But this is like where Arnold Schwarzenegger hung out, before he was an actor, when he was just a bodybuilder. That's where you would see all these famous pictures of all these famous bodybuilders is on Muscle Beach.
Get to the chopper.
I need your clothes and your motorcycle and your boots. And then the last window here, you'll see Max's Classic Directing Academy. You have the latest movie techniques, and in quotes, are you ready for your close-up? There is a movie, and it's you might not have known the name of the movie, but you know the line that's coming. And this is reference to the 1950 movie Sunset Boulevard. This was made by director Billy Wilder, starred William Holden, Gloria Swanson, and Cecil B. DeMille. And you've heard that famous line, all right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. So that is in reference to that movie, again, which is the name of the movie is Sunset Boulevard. So it's very appropriate for this area.
Have any of y'all saw that movie?
If I did, there's no way I remember it.
Okay, y'all familiar with the film genre, film noir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like your Sam Spade, all that stuff where the character narrates the movie as it goes.
Yeah.
It's like that. If you're familiar with Billy Wilder's directing style, he's got a wit. He's got a sharp, snappy, sarcastic wit to it. Mm-hmm. And the movie starts off being narrated, but you find out later the character who's narrating it is actually dead. He's giving you his story of how he died.
Oh,
when the movie opens, he narrates. You see this body lying in a pool of an old, decrepit Hollywood Hills mansion, and it's him. And it tells you the story of how he died. Eventually, Gloria Swanson's character is a silent movie film star who's well past her prime. She can't get with that. She's kind of got a little bonkers, and she ends up killing him at the end. But it's a whole movie about how these people who were stars at one point, the whole world, pay attention to them, and how they get addicted to that, and they can't live without it, and they need it. And when they get older, they don't have it anymore. When they get too old, and people just don't care about them, tendency to go crazy.
Okay,
and that's what it is. That's why when the movie came out, that's why it didn't win an Academy Award that year, which it should have, because it's a spectacular movie, is because the theory is, Billy Wilder was kind of shining the light on Hollywood itself and showing them how it can treat its stars.
And this is Sunset Boulevard. That's the name of the movie.
Yes. Stars William Holden and Gloria Swanson.
Interesting.
The character of Max, he's a character on that window. He's a character from that movie. He's the butler. He's her butler. But you find out, as the course of the movie goes on, you find out not only is he her butler, he's actually one of her ex-husbands. Oh. And not only is he her ex-husband, he is the one who discovered her and put her into the film industry in the silent films.
Damn, and she made him a butler?
Yeah.
He buttled.
That's gratitude.
As her butler, he knows the truth, and he knows that she's past her prime. But he's feeding her, making her think, yes, you're still wanted, madame. Okay. For your older guys, which is pretty much all of you, do you remember the skit on the Carol Burnett show where she plays that crazy actress?
Who's Carol Burnett?
Okay, never mind.
All of our characters were crazy though.
Carol Burnett does a parody of this movie on her skit show. Her and Harvey Korman. Harvey Korman is the butler.
Harvey Korman was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember
Harvey Korman and Tim Conway were awesome together.
Tim Conway was my favorite.
I know, I liked him too.
I liked Harvey.
But it is an excellent movie. If you haven't seen it yet, my suggestion, go find it. Okay. It's available for rent on Amazon. I don't think it's stream anywhere.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
That and the Luchador and Ultraviolet.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to watch.
A lot of stuff. You got to add it to your list.
And then you may even remember this, Kurt. Do you remember that was one of the clips that was in the end scene of Great Movie Ride?
Yep, in the montage.
The montage. I remember that.
Montage.
Again, it's a real famous line. Like, even if you don't know anything about the movie, you've heard that line either the actual line itself, or you've heard someone else say the line is a reference to that movie. All right, so we're finishing up the little gift shop area. We're going to take a walk past the little DVC kiosk cab garage and head to Sunset Ranch Market.
Anaheim produce, right?
Yeah, all that. You've got a few different things here. It's basically like a lot of little quick service areas. You can get some hot dogs, pizza, ice cream, all this other stuff. But the area itself, the Sunset Ranch Market, this represents a part of LA history that actually still continues today. The Sunset Market Ranch is inspired by the original farmers market located at the intersection of 3rd and Fairfax in Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
As a matter of fact, if you look at that, it's not a billboard, but the sign where it's got the little silhouette, it says Sunset Ranch Market. That silhouette is the actual outline of the farmers market in Los Angeles.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I never noticed that. Yeah.
During the summer of 1934, a group of farmers set up an informal market at this location. The idea for the market originated with Roger. I'm going to slaughter this. I'm sorry, but Dalsham, maybe? Kirk, you got a better pronunciation than that?
Dalsham?
That's what I was
Dalheim?
Dalheim?
Dalheim's Creek?
Maybe. It's not. Maybe.
It's got that J in it, so that's more like
it's got H's and J's. Yeah.
It's Dalheim.
All right, Roger Dalheim. He was a businessman, and Fred Beck, who was an advertising copywriter. The two basically asked the owners of the former Gilmore Dairy Farm if they could set up some trucks here and use this as a mean to sell fresh produce. This eventually grew, and it was just a vacant area, but more trucks would come, and it became part of the culture there. They built this iconic clock tower when it expanded, and that's actually, you can see a replication of that clock tower in the area as well.
If it gets struck by lightning, can your DeLorean make it up to 88?
Only if you're traveling 88 miles per hour.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those areas that people that are from the area definitely know. Like, hey, just meet me at 3rd and Fairfax. That's kind of like a popular cultural saying in California. But that is the original, farmers market. All right, so let's take a look at some of these details. But before we get into the restaurants, this is where the actual red trolley car is located. I'm going to preface this by saying that when I went last time, the red trolley car was not there. I'm assuming this is kind of a COVID thing. Like it just hasn't been brought back yet. Again, it's just a super famous gift kiosk, so I can't imagine they're not going to bring it back. But for all intents and purposes, let's assume it's coming back. When it was there, again, this is the red trolley car we mentioned before from the Roger Rabbit concept that never came to be. But this is something you might not have noticed. On the cart, you'll see some letters stenciled on the side, and it says Pacific 694. That is the date of the opening of Sunset Boulevard. June 1994. Actually, June 2nd to be specific, but June 1994 is when Sunset Boulevard opened.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the trolley is actually connected to that cable that we talked about earlier. It's connected to the cable that runs down the street. All right, so next we've got the Sunshine Day Bar. Now, did you know this? This was originally called Fairfax Fries. And we all know that Walt Disney had entered a sponsorship agreement with McDonald's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is where their fries were served in Hollywood Studios at Fairfax Fries.
Yeah.
That partnership ended in 2009, and then it became Toluca Legs Turkey Company, which, Eli, you got your turkey leg there.
Yes.
But unfortunately, that closed in 2016. It became Sunshine Day Cafe, which was kind of a seasonal thing. And then finally in 2019, it's what it is now, and it's permanently open as a Sunshine Day Bar. But that was what I remembered it as is the turkey cart. We could get the turkey legs.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Toluca Lake, isn't that where Jimmy in Pulp Fiction lives?
Toluca Lake?
Yeah, like,
sounds familiar, yeah.
Nobody in Toluca Lake gonna call my partner Jimmy.
Nobody on the sticks.
Is that right?
Man, I'd have to. I should know that, but I don't.
You should know that.
I know that Jimmy's got some good coffee.
Oh, man.
Not that freeze dry tasteless choice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's some gourmet shit.
Yeah.
All right, so the other little food kiosk here is Anaheim Produce.
Love it.
You can get, oh yeah, absolutely. Little fresh fruits, hummus, trail mix, all this kind of stuff. But you can also get those little cuties, the oranges.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fruits.
Get those from McDonald's.
Fruits.
Yeah, and of course, Anaheim is the city, but Anaheim originally was just farmland, which also had a lot of orange groves. So that's the tie-in there.
You don't say. They should build a theme park in one of those orange groves.
Yeah,
That would be a good idea.
And they should do it in Florida, too. A bunch of orange groves.
You've also got Sunset Ranch pins and souvenirs. I don't really have a lot of details here, but I'm just throwing it in there because it's part of the complex. So
you
can get your lanyards. Rosie's All American Cafe. Rosie's were, you've all seen the poster with the woman. She's got a
Rosie the Riveter. Yeah,
yes,
Rosie World War II. All that business.
Right. Rosie's were iconic women of the World War II era who went to work in places that had been previously reserved for men, but of course now all the men were off in the war, and this is where they would produce munitions and war supplies and things like that. So this is Disney's homage to these women who had redefined the American female by naming this restaurant after them. Kirk asked me to find this, and I could not find this exact thing, but I'm sure it exists because there's a lot of like little plaques and model airplanes, and there's welding helmets, and there's all kinds of like all this little hidden details in the restaurant. If you look behind the counter there, I'll ask if anyone has seen this, if they could send me a picture of it because I couldn't find it. But apparently there is a World War II insignia which was created by Disney, and it features Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and a gremlin. So that insignia should be somewhere in that memorabilia. Again, I couldn't find it, but if someone could find that and send me a picture, I would greatly appreciate it.
I was going to say, I recognize a reference, but I can't tell you. I sit here, as we sit here, I can't tell you I ever remember seeing a plaque to it. I certainly recognize the reference, though.
I'll have to look for that in July.
Makes sense considering the time period that they're celebrating.
I remember the cartoon and all that with the gremlins. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Off to the side of Rosie's is this little hillside. It's got Rosie's Victory Garden. Now, during World War II, victory gardens were springing up across backyards throughout the country, and people would basically help grow food and gardens and things like that to help with the war effort. They would, send food across the seas to the soldiers fighting in the war. There's a cool sign here, and I'm going to let Carrick go into the details on this one because he did a lot more research on this, and I thought it was cool. I did a little quick TikTok video, but in the garden, there's a sign that says "Victory with Vegetables," and there's a big V, and there's 3 dots and a long line.
Is that Morse code?
It is. It's also some other things. There's a lot. It's a lot of things, is what it is. A lot of little references there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let Kurt explain this to you guys.
All right.
During World War II, we've all heard V for victory, right?
Yeah.
What's World War II?
World War II. It was a little conflict with the what some would consider the ultimate evil we've seen in a very long time. But V also in Morse code is 3 dots and a dash.
Okay.
You ever heard that expression?
Yeah.
But 3 dots and a dash sounds if you sound it out, it's da 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 da, and that's all. That is also the opening refrain for Beethoven's Fifth Symphony.
Yes.
Gotcha, yeah.
Oh.
So that V, they got those 3 dots and dash above it, all correlates.
What does this have to do with vegetables?
Oh, the V is like the Roman numeral for
Vegetables is because it's Rosie's Victory Garden. And during in the war, rationing was going on, everything. People around the country would grow these, what they call victory gardens, to help support the war effort.
Yeah, you grow your own vegetables and stuff.
Grow vegetables right for yourself and send out to the troops.
Yeah. They have one of those set up at the World War II Museum in New Orleans. Yeah, they have a victory garden display.
Here.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, and Beethoven was German, so that was interesting too.
Oh, a little tie in there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yeah, it's like dun 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 dun. Okay, that I got, but then I didn't realize it was also Morse code as well.
I just looked it up online. They have a scarecrow in the form of somebody in a
fighter pilot suit.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, interesting.
They have like a scarecrow in the form of somebody. I was going to say in like a military kind of uniform, but yeah, fighter pilot thing. So interesting. I don't even know where this is.
When you're at Rosie's, if you look towards the counter, like where you order at, it's off to the right. It's kind of like in the seating. It's right next to there's like 3 or 4 picnic benches over there.
I mean, this is like spooky. Like this should not exist in a Disney theme park. That is spooky looking.
That's cool though. I'm going to look for it in July now.
Yeah. Now the other restaurant in this area is Catalina Eddie's. Catalina Eddie's is themed after fighter pilots, airplanes. You'll see a lot of references to them. Like there's a propeller and there's the wing from a airplane and things like that. Catalina Eddie's, the name of the restaurant, has 2 meanings. This is something.
Wait, I know one. The Catalina wine mixer.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's a fucking Catalina wine mixer. Come on, Lee.
Oh, man. No, but there are 2 explanations as to where the restaurant got its name from, depending on who you ask. In the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you've got the detective, Eddie Valiant.
Eddie Valiant, yeah.
So there's the Eddie. And his girlfriend, Dolores, who he took to the island of Catalina.
Catalina Island, yeah.
Eddie's. Right?
That's cool.
You know, with the other references to Roger Rabbit, and the fact that this was at one time going to be the Roger Rabbit area, it makes perfect sense that would be a tribute.
That is a really obscure tribute, and all the Roger Rabbit little Easter eggs in and around Hollywood studios that even still exist to this day. I'd never even heard of that one.
Yeah, I never heard of that
incredible.
one either. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. Now, there is another theory, or I guess however you want to call it, that this is named after a California weather pattern. Okay?
Oh.
Catalina Eddie?
All right, so in Southern California, there is a weather condition known as Catalina Eddy. It's spelled EDDY.
Oh, like in the currents. Yeah,
okay.
So this sometimes occurs. And according to San Francisco State University Meteorology site, the Catalina Eddy is named Catalina Islands off the coast of Los Angeles. This is an occasional phenomenon of coastal Southern California south of Point Conception. It sometimes forms when the wind across the region in the lower atmosphere blows from the north or northeast. As air crosses the east to west orientated mountain ranges north of Santa Barbara and descends to the ocean, the pressure in the air increases, causing it to warm dramatically. As an indirect consequence of this warming, a region of relatively low pressure develops in the lower atmosphere, south or southwest of the east to west orientated coastline. Is that confusing enough?
I have no idea what you're saying.
I don't either. I'm just reading what the meteorology site says.
All I heard was phenomenon.
Phenomenon. This warm, cloud-free region of relatively low pressure offshore draws cool marine air up to the coast from the south. The marine air, which is full of fog or low stratus clouds visible from space,
and no one knows,
then spirals around the low pressure center, creating the eddy and bringing cooler winds to the Los Angeles basin. So if you got to explain this to a friend, just tell them about Roger Rabbit. It's a lot easier.
Oh, it's just Eddie.
If you're going to make a TikTok, make it about the Roger Rabbit reference.
Yeah, that one worked better. Let's just forget about the rest.
I had to throw it in there because someone's going to say, oh, it's not about Roger Rabbit, it's about the Catalina Eddy. It's the weather condition. Okay, well, I got both covered. So.
What do you mean? Disney fans are sticklers? No. Never.
What? What? Okay. Yeah.
I still say it's a Catalina wine mixer, but whatever.
Yeah, let's go with that. So now we're at Fairfax Fair, which of course refers to Fairfax Avenue, which we talked about earlier. That's where the farmers market was located. And there's a reference here that's kind of weird. I don't even know where it comes from. Like Kevin had mentioned it earlier, and I mistakenly said it was behind the Hollywood Scoops, but it's not. It's actually here with Fairfax Fair. And you can see I did a TikTok video on this, so go behind the building and you'll find some wooden barrels.
Caskets, yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, wooden,
barrels, caskets,
wine caskets or something. And they've got this stamped on there. It says Cal Fig, California Fig Syrup. Again, last time I was there, finding all these little things, I was like, hey, Kirk, what's this? What does this mean? Can you look this up real quick?
What's this? There's fig juice everywhere.
Again, I don't understand what this references to, but fig syrup is basically a laxative.
Oh boy.
So I made the joke. TikTok is like, I'm not sure if that's because of all the crappy food you're eating in this park and you're all constipated, so you need some laxative, or if it's to that this is just a crappy park. But
hey,
yeah,
Kirk.
You see how that man did?
Kirk's on the show now. He can defend himself.
All that research.
I knew that was coming because he already made that comment, and I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
All that research you
He did it on purpose.
All right, so that leads us to the last building on this block, and that's Hollywood Scoops. And here, what you want to do is you want to take a walk behind the building and look for the Sunset Hills billboard. Now, this is an advertisement for a new housing development, Sunset Hills. On here, you'll see the movie colony's most prestigious address. Luxury estates from $9,000, view lots being reserved now. But here's what you might not notice. There's a phone number at the bottom of the billboard. The phone number is for the Hollywood Realty Company, KL5, which is Klondike 5 or 555. You guys have all heard this reference used in movies before. 555, that's the first three digits of a phone number they want to use in a movie so that they don't give you someone's actual phone number on accident and you prank call them or whatever. But so that's 555-6189. 6/1/1989 is when MGM Studios opened.
Oh, awesome! I like it. Yeah.
Nice.
And and you'll also notice that the Sunset Hill Estates is where the Hollywood Tower is located. Hollywood Tower Hotel. Yeah,
I dig it.
Across all that stonework is towards the entrance of Tower of Terror. Mm-hmm. That's where you'll see a plaque. It says Sunset Hills Estates, established 1928.
Cool. Man.
Yeah, no, I dig that. Yeah,
that gets us down the whole left side of Sunset Boulevard. So why don't we take a break? Let's finish this show out because we've kept you long enough. On the next episode, we're going to lead you through the right side of Sunset Boulevard and finish up at the end of the street.
Well, one quick little fact about Hollywood Scoops. If you may remember, we had a guest on our show by the name, we called her Janine. She was a cast member, and on Magic Our Way podcast number 230, she was a Walt Disney World College program member that worked at the ice cream shop right there. That's where she busted her finger on the cash register, and all kind of stories ensued and stuff. Yeah.
The guy almost lost a thumb or something.
Yeah. Right. So check it out. Magic Our Way podcast number 230. You can hear the stories about Janine and her time at Hollywood Scoops. Or I guess that was what it was called back then. I don't remember. But
I don't see any reference to it ever having a different name.
It was always been an ice cream shop on that corner. I always remember that being an ice cream shop and very, very busy. So, yeah, quick little Magic Our Way trivia on that particular store. Cool, man. Thanks for that. So if you guys have any comments about the left side, the first side, I don't want to say the first side because I don't want to denote anything that's better than the other. But if you want to have any questions about the left side and all those little details that you might not have noticed or you might have known that, let us know, and we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that episode about Did You Notice? Hollywood Sunset Boulevard. Sorry, not Hollywood Studios. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
But specifically the left side, if you're looking at Hollywood Tower, it's the left side of Sunset Boulevard. All those little details. How many of those did you know? Look, share your opinions with us. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com. Or you can call or text us. Yes, I did say text at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 669-4226.
And when we pass down Sunset Boulevard, we always pass on the left-hand side.
Pass the studios on the left-hand side. Oh, what? Yeah, look, magicourway.com is the way to go if you want to find out more about us, guys. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. And look, we have a couple guys do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli Does Things with Comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name.
It is.
Eli Ivory, comic guru.
Yep.
I'm here to talk about you. I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory. Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru, Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
Oh, that never gets old every time I hear that. And just like Rob said, you can check out that Ivory Comics website and see all the products that I have and the links to this podcast so you never miss an episode, you never miss a trip report, you never miss a Did You Notice? So go ahead and get some of that synergy in your life right there. Facebook.com/Eli H. Ivory. You can find me there. So as long as you're a real person, it's nice to meet you. But if you're a bot, too tired to greet you. I just can't do it. Muhammad Nabapa, get on out of here, man. I can't give you my... I can't give you my membership.
Muhammad the Babata?
Yeah.
Muhammad the Babata.
How tired are you right now? Good Lord, man.
He's trying to train. He's got a new job coming up, so he's trying to train himself.
Yeah.
He does not get up past 2 on a Saturday.
Yeah. No, he does not.
This is an early day.
He's getting ready.
Yeah.
What corner?
He's getting ready.
Oh, what corner you are?
Dave!
Hey, come on! This is a whole package right here.
Whole package.
The total package.
I was actually
Family show.
How much would you pay for the total package?
Get the whole package.
$99.99 in 4 installments.
Better than Lex Luger, baby. Yeah, I was up drawing late last night too, so it was good.
New comics coming soon from ivycomics.com.
Try to put it through.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
IVORYCOMICS.com.
So I was going to COMIX, and so okay. Wrong spot. I got
man, yeah. Good thing we established that. Then, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll dig it.
So also on Facebook, you can check out the Project Geisha page. So go to facebook.com/Project Geisha. On Instagram, you can find me at EIV504. And of course, I can be found on Twitter at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, then you're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And look, if you want to book a vacation so that you too can see all the details that Lee spewed forth about the left side of Sunset Boulevard as you're looking at the Hollywood Tower Hotel, you can book it through Lee of Magical Moments Vacations. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just pass the phone on the left-hand side and call 832-431-1621. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. You can Facebook me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with No.
Hasselvika!
And look, man, we have special guest Captain Cajun. The invaluable Cajun Chavez, Kirk. Thank you for coming on the show, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for that recognition. I appreciate that.
You're invaluable.
And ultimate. He's the ultimate.
Ultimate invaluable Cajun Captain Chavez.
Make a star-shaped portal. We can visit any universe you want to.
I thought it was a crawfish-shaped portal.
Yeah, it is crawfish.
It is.
We can visit that universe where Eli is actually awake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That'll be nice.
Damn.
Wow.
Man, he's calling you
got
out.
roasted by Cajun Chavez.
I know.
Invaluable, important Cajun Chavez.
Bad for him. He just looks exhausted.
That's because you're not in the studio. That's the problem.
I'll give him some
Cajun.
It's hard to emote your energy through the StreamYard platform.
He missed
here.
my foot from across the table resting in his most special of spots.
I mean, I'm like,
Oh, my God.
If
I've
you see
listened.
what Eli's drinking right now, it's core hydration water.
Yes.
That's what he's drinking.
He's
That's
not
why
drinking.
He's a little bit.
He's
a little subdued. He doesn't have his. My wife bought him some Proper 12.
Yes.
Proper 12 is dangerous.
But it doesn't even look like it's even open.
No,
we
it's
got-
not.
I've had some of the
orange, but
Jameson here.
the Jameson orange is not as
I've
strong.
had some of that.
Okay, I've had Macallan, and I've outdone both of you.
Yes.
Yes.
I've been listening and
Absorbing,
learning,
and loving,
and
I'm comforting,
supporting,
and
I tell you what, I am really loving the visual of Mowiki just right over your left shoulder right there. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And why do we have Mowiki?
Because Eli lets him live there now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Lets him or makes him?
Yeah, but much like anything with Eli that he owns, he just leaves it over here.
Just leave it there.
I still have his daughter's little thing.
Yeah, y'all can see that in the background.
Pick that
Yeah.
up. I should
on
just.
top
I
of
should
her.
just.
I thought you were going to say you still have his daughter in the corner where he left her.
No, nobody puts Eli's daughter in the corner.
No. She
No.
puts herself.
Well, anyway, thank you, invaluable Captain Cajun Chavez, for coming on the show. And look, in addition, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast like a good bra, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome perky tiers to support this show. Anyway,
I like perky tears.
I like perky tiers too. Anyway, which you can support the show, guys, look, is very deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from you guys. So, all opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast. Make sure you get in touch with us today. Some weekends, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with
R.I.P. the turkey leg.
Hey, this is Eli from the Magic Our Way podcast.